All right, let's get into WWE ECW from July 11th,
ECW,
2006. What a sweet song.
It was pretty good, honestly.
Especially
it took
in
me back
2006.
when I heard it here. It took me back for sure.
So this is July 11th. ECW started on June 13th. So we're about a month into ECW at this point.
And
And,
it's already it's
yeah.
already looking grim.
Yeah, that's for true. Now,
Yeah.
back in 2006, there was a competition. As you can imagine, there's one currently, or there was, before AEW foot stomped NXT to the ground and told them to get lost. But back in the day, if you can believe it, there was an online war between ECW and TNA.
TNA.
Now, I don't know how serious WWE took this, but TNA actually took it pretty serious.
I know I took it serious.
Yeah, all the TNAites were going crazy.
I don't even remember the war at all.
Well, Rhino does. He was on the front lines.
Before we get into this ECW episode from July 11th, 2006, let's take a look at the show that aired just a couple days after that, TNA Impact, July 13th, 2006. I'll run down some matches, and we'll talk about a vital part of their show, which is really why we're talking back about it. So on that show, Abyss with James Mitchell beat Norman Smiley in 1 minute. Non-title matchup. I'm guessing Senshi was X Division champion at this point. Senshi defeats Jarrell Clark in 2 minutes and 39 seconds.
Mr. 630?
Mr. 630. Non-title tag team match. AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels beats the Paparazzi Productions of Alex Shelley and Johnny Devine in 4 minutes and 25 seconds.
Little Johnny Devine?
And then an 8-man tag team all or nothing match. I don't know what that means. Team 3D and Jay Lethal and Rhino defeated Team Canada, and yes, A1 was in the match.
Whoa! Wait, A1 lost?
A1 super. He probably took the pin, I imagine.
Dude, he probably didn't even get to do a spine buster.
He doesn't do a spine buster. That's the problem.
Well, that's
he
what you
doesn't do
think.
one. But the main part of the show was before all the matches. Actually, Rhino started the show. Rhino comes out. This is the TNA show, not the ECW show. That's not confusing.
As crazy as that sounds, yeah. It's the TNA one.
He does come out with a red bag in a tote, and he says, "Vince McMahon, you motherfucker."
Merry Christmas, Vince.
He says Vince McMahon wants to give him a job, and he said Vince can also kiss his ass.
Whoa.
He says Rhino addresses the issue of the new ECW and the fact that they don't have their last TV champion or world champion on the roster. He says, Vince, you can't do that because I'm the only ever man to unify those titles. And he has the title belt with him in a bag, but he can't take him out because TNA would get sued.
He legit said that.
He said that on the show.
Vince will probably sue us.
Really good.
So instead of doing that and getting sued, he challenges Vince McMahon to come to Orlando to take the belt from him. The crowd is eating this up, by the way. They are losing their fucking mind over this promo. He says he's the War Machine. He's going to do something that he should have done 5 years ago. He takes the belt and storms backstage. And then he drops the belt into a barrel and sets it on fire.
Nice.
So it doesn't look like Vince has enough time to come get the belt.
No, we talked about this a little before. Does anyone listening to this think that Vince even knew that Rhino had these belts or that they even existed?
Not even a clue.
Dude, he definitely thought that the ECW belt that Big Show had at the time was the real one. He's like, wait, that's not the...
He also probably thought Rhino was still on his roster.
Probably tried to book him. He said, we got Ric Flair. That starts with an R.
He never watched one episode of ECW. He does not know what went on in that company.
Rhino says, death to ECW, long live TNA, and then lays down an open challenge to anyone in a 4-sided, 6-sided, or 8-sided ring to come and face him at TNA. And that episode of TNA did a 0.9.
That's an epic rating.
Compared to this ECW on Sci-Fi episode that Rhino says death to ECW, did a 2.4.
The war is real heavy at this
It's
point.
hot. It's
We're in
heating
the
up.
trenches right now.
So I wanted to say that just because I feel like that's what everyone felt at the time with this new ECW. I mean, obviously it sounds funny now, like looking back on it, that Rhino cut this promo, but everyone, like internet fans especially, hated WWE ECW. So they that promo probably wasn't the worst idea to do. Maybe saying Vince, come get your belt and setting the belt on fire, maybe it was a little much, but
I will set my belt
the
on fire.
consensus was fuck WWE, oh hell yeah, and also fuck WWE ECW.
I wonder if he still has the real TV and world titles.
Yeah, that's a good question. Unless he sold, you think he put? Oh, maybe when he went back, he gave it to them for the warehouse.
I hope not.
I could see him doing
Just
that.
having him sit in the warehouse sucks.
They probably are. They're probably under the $1 million title and the all the other shit
Oh,
they got
my.
there.
Oh.
Cruiserweight title.
That's
yeah.
rough. All right, so going into WWE ECW here, we started off with a cold open. We saw last week Big Show challenged RVD for the title.
Whoa, you challenging me for the title? Yeah. Well, I accept. And he slaps him.
Well, I was RVD. He didn't even give him a chance. He was like, "You challenged me for the title." And he goes, "Yeah, I like that." RVD said he felt like he needed to beat the Big Show to be seen as the real ECW champion.
Why?
No, he just beat John Cena.
Yeah, well, Big Show's the bigger star.
He's literally and figuratively.
Paul Lee told RVD backstage, "You know what, Rob? You are 100% right about this."
I'm proud of you.
And immediately after he finishes the sentence, RVD goes, "Thank you." You are 100% right about this. Thank you. So we get into the actual match. RVD kicks out of Big Show's finish.
This
Big
is in
Show,
Philadelphia, by the way.
And
Oh,
July
and you-
4th in Philadelphia.
July
And you'll
4th
see
in
here in a
Philly.
minute, too, when the crowd reacts to it.
Yeah.
RVD kicks out of Big Show's finish. Big Show then ragdolls the referee with
Just
the
throws
Cobra
him.
Clutch. Just throw. Yeah, just
That's so
sends him across
sick.
the ring.
I love
RVD hits Big Show with a chair in the head when Show had him up for a powerbomb. Paul E comes in, counts
It's
for
5
RVD.
star as well. Yeah.
Yeah, and comes in and counts for RVD. Stops at 2 and stands up. And then Big Show's right behind him with a chair. Brains RVD with the chair. Choke slams him on the chair. And then Paul E counts to 3. Big Show is the ECW champion. The crowd is fucking pissed.
They are livid. Again, they already did not enjoy this version of ECW. This is a month in, and it was already like, I don't know about this. And then they
People-
did this to RVD, the most ECW guy on the roster, next to probably like
I feel like
Sandman.
people gave it a chance because they were like, okay, we're gonna run the small arenas.
Sure.
We're gonna try and make it like 1 hour. We're
And
gonna
the
have some
second one night stand
originals.
just happened.
Yeah, and then they just shit all over it right away because they're like,
Yeah.
fuck this.
And they continue, and they throughout this whole show shit on it entirely,
This was right after RVD got caught speeding while weeding.
which I think we're gonna get into, right, James?
Yes, I have a lot of
Okay.
information from
Okay.
around this time that I thought
We
would
can
be
get there.
cool to share a little bit. So the crowd
yeah.
throws a bunch of garbage in the ring. It's actually a pretty cool visual. I mean, they were tossing.
There's definitely one where it spikes Big Show in the head and like splatters all over the camera. It's
Yeah,
like an
he's all
iconic
drenched
shot.
and wet. and
Big Show's
stuff.
silly
That was
smile
cool.
was just fantastic here, too.
Yeah, that's good. Good gimmick.
All right, so here's some information from The Observer back in 2006.
Whoa.
I thought I would give you some of this. So this was about
Go on.
Sabu and RVD's gimmicks that they, the weed gimmick. So
They be gimmicking?
here we go. The two were driving back from a show at the Big Sandy Superstore Arena in Huntington, West Virginia when they were pulled over
Okay.
for speeding in what is actually a pretty well-known speed trap. And they were not the only WWE stars that got pulled over. Sandman was also pulled over.
Of course he fucking was.
How did they not pop this guy for nothing?
Yo, Rob, what are you telling me about that?
So officers smelled marijuana and searched the car. They
I thought you were saying his name was Officer Smelled.
Officers smelled marijuana. They found Rob Van Dam to be in possession of 18 grams of marijuana and 5 Vicodin. Sabu was found with drug paraphernalia and 9 pills that were not immediately identifiable and were known to be controlled substances.
Flintstones.
Word broke the next morning in the local area paper, which made a huge deal of the story, including plastering a gigantic color photo of both men on the front page.
Gigging.
Just bloody.
Yeah.
Officials at the Ohio State Patrol were busy in the morning, but confirmed that the arrest had taken place. WWE at first made no mention of the situation, but did change the scheduled Raw main event from a 3-way tag team triple threat match where RVD, John Cena, and Edge would choose mystery partners to just a straight 3-way with the WWE belt on the line.
Yeah.
It was clear very early on that Van Dam was about to lose both of those belts and his top spot.
You
Fuck
damn
you.
right.
So that afternoon, Rob Van Dam and Sabu had a meeting with John Laurinaitis to discuss the situation.
Oh.
I'm sure it went so good. just as a fun fact,
They walked in and that's like,
October this year, they ran house shows at the Budokan. Just so you know.
the
Whoa. House shows? What the fuck?
That's unbelievable. Rob, why are you so high?
At the Budokan? We got to show the house
could you
shows at
do
the
this?
Budokan.
To the House of Extreme. How could Sabu? Rob.
Sabu, talk.
Sabu, identify these pills to me right now. I'm going to taste each one of them. Tell me what they are.
Yeah, these are controlled substances.
Why can't you control these substances?
Let me get.
He turned into
6
Stone
more.
Cold Johnny. Why can't you control these substances?
Fuck you, Rob.
You're fired. These pills suck. You're fired.
This Vicodin sucks.
All right, so it is believed that RVD claimed he had a prescription for the Vicodin,
Whoa.
and Sabu claimed he had a prescription for all his mystery pills, and that
I got
the
him
pipe.
from Dr. Pepper.
And the pipe he was found with was brand new and unused. Possession of a pipe is not illegal. Later in the day, WWE.com addressed the story, giving the basics and stating that WWE was preparing their own internal investigation. Both men were said to be upfront and honest about the situation and very apologetic. So, of course, we all know Monday night, Van Dam lost the WWE title to Edge in the three-way after Cena gave him an FU and Edge stole the pin. The following night on the ECW show, Rob lost the ECW title to Big Show after Paul Heyman turned on him and cost him the belt, which we just talked about. And obviously, a number of plans have been switched around due to all of this. Edge was almost certainly going to win the WWE title in the same match at Saturday night's main event. That's right. They brought that back. Yeah, they actually talked about this on this show, actually.
I figured he was. I figured
match.
Rob. Yeah, they say it's the first Extreme Rules match to ever happen on Saturday Night's Main Event. I figured he was going to drop it to Edge, but I didn't realize it was that soon.
Yeah, I guess he was. It says almost certainly. So
Jesus.
And now there is no main event for that show, and it's a week away. I don't think the Big Show ECW title win and Heyman heel turn was in the works. But if it was, it certainly wasn't in the works for right now. There had been a movement to turn Heyman heel since he was already starting to get bad reactions from ECW fans who saw him as a corporate sellout. Some people hated the show Tuesday night, but I thought it was fascinating and the best way possible to remedy the situation that we're in. This is the Observer saying this.
Yeah.
RVD chasing Big Show managed by heel Paul Heyman throughout the summer is a very well-defined direction for an angle. Prior to this, there was no direction. It was merely RVD defending the title against the latest Raw Challenger of the Week.
Yeah, that's also something I would like. How different things would have went on the ECW side, at least, because I can't imagine they were gonna have like. Okay, you give the WWE title to Edge, but you can't take the belt from Rob right away, right?
On ECW?
Yeah.
No way. He's got to be the guy, right?
Yeah. Oh, do you want to know real quick the results of that Saturday night's main event? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, sure.
I
Go
have
ahead,
them right here. Okay, Big Show and the Great Khali attack the Undertaker.
Whoa!
Carlito and Trish defeat Johnny Nitro and Melina.
Okay.
Sabu defeats Stevie Richards in an Extreme Rules match. So they kept Sabu on that show. But
yeah.
Rob is not on that show.
Sabu, I mean, it was just, a pipe and some.
He didn't talk, so they let him go.
Yeah.
Randy Orton challenges Hulk Hogan. Okay. World champion Rey Mysterio, Batista, and U.S. champion Bobby Lashley beat King Booker, Mark Henry, and Finley. Michelle McCool wins a Diva bull riding contest.
Whoa! Yeah, Saturday's Night Main Event is awesome.
DX beats Spirit Squad in an elimination match.
I think this is around the time the Spirit Squad were breaking up, too.
You're probably right.
They sent them back to OVW,
box.
didn't they?
Yeah, OVW box. Yeah. I can't believe they did that on TV. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, that's rough.
And John Cena beats Edge by DQ. Yeah, so, I mean, that was going to be Edge beating RVD and Cena probably for the belt anyway, so.
So a few more things here. Regarding ECW, Paul Heyman has lost progressively more power by the week, though he's still got some input. Yeah. He actually wrote the entire second episode and nobody touched it. And this is of ECW, but we're 4 weeks in now. So I should note that I thought this was the best episode of the three so far. The third episode was very creative team heavy because Vince McMahon was upset with the negative reaction the brand got at the ECW arena. Apparently not realizing why they got this reaction. The fans wanted the old ECW, which was, this never was or is ever going to be.
No, that was never going to happen.
Paul wrote an original script, but it got thrown out and rewritten by Vince and the crew. The rumor in OVW is that Paul has been burying Greg Gagne to Stephanie, so if the ECW deal falls through, he can get his job back in OVW.
That's fucking amazing.
That's Paulie in a nutshell.
That's very Paulie.
Working everybody.
Reports from the ECW house shows are that the main events are pretty good and everything else is pretty bad. The guys aren't killing themselves, and one person wrote, from the human toll standpoint, these shows are actually pretty safe, all things considered. There was only one table spot, one with canes,
Yeah.
and a couple with safe chair shots. Everything else was just straight, gimmickless, mostly bad wrestling.
I think a lot of those house shows had Punk versus Stevie Richards on a lot of them. Supposedly they were like actually good matches.
I assume so. Punk was, I mean, his work rate was through the roof at this point. So
Yeah, they didn't really do him justice on this show, though. I'll tell you that fucking much.
No. This is also later on. This is another few issues of the Observer. One, Johnny Fairplay, who has been friends with Miz for years, is trying to get. Dude, yeah, he's trying to get into ECW.
Oh my God! What? You traitor!
Yeah, so apparently he was trying to make a play to get into ECW at the time. I don't think that ever
What the fuck
panned
would he
out.
have done on ECW?
I don't know.
Managed Roadkill.
He probably would have been a manager. Yeah, probably. And then one more here. The following cryptic message appeared on WWE.com. Due to recent events in ECW and on ECW.com, Tommy Dreamer's Diary of Violence has been suspended until further notice.
What?
Meltzer wrote, "It's not a work, and he's in hot water."
Is it
Tommy Dreamer was shitting on ECW, wasn't he?
Yes. So I think the week before, Tommy Dreamer was like, "This sucks." Yeah, and this is not ECW.
Because they literally just let him write whatever. I remember this. He would
Thank you,
just
Tommy.
write whatever he wanted, and they posted it, and then he just he was like, "This fucking sucks. Paul Heyman's not in charge
Stop watching
anymore.
this shit. What the fuck?
ECW sucks."
Wow.
He paid for it,
Miss
too.
Rhino.
Yeah, why did I go TNA?
Yeah.
All right, so we get into the actual show. We have a Paul Heyman promo.
Let the bodies hit the floor.
This is a super cool intro for this show, actually.
I like the video actually a lot.
Yeah,
The
me too.
Actual, and it goes from the bodies, and then when it gets out of the intro, it cuts to the crowd. It has the actual ECW theme, which was I guess, a nice little touch. Dude, I still can't believe. I feel like we've talked about this before. I can't believe that they got away with making the ECW logo a blade.
Dude, that was awesome.
That's so sick.
Times were just different.
They didn't have that yet, though, right? Or was it here? I can't remember.
No, it was. It was blade.
Yeah,
here.
it was at the bottom of the screen.
Because on the canvas they had the old ECW barbed wire one.
That's probably their old canvas.
I love that they used that. It was so different from
too.
the other two shows. You know,
I think so
I
too.
thought that was a cool way to.
It was also weird.
I like the hard cam shot too. It's
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. The hard cam shows the commentators.
Well, that part I don't like. I don't like that
That
the
was
commentary
weird.
tables are there, but I like the shot. Like AEW just used that shot.
Yeah, they did on the show we're going to talk about later. So Paul Heyman comes down to the ring with a SWAT team of security guards to protect him after costing RVD the title.
This is still ECW. So I don't remember when they changed to it, but this is still ECW with the side entrance.
With the Tron above it and everything.
Yeah, there's like a Tron above it, and I'm guessing was this taped before Raw or before SmackDown?
Not at all.
Or live? Was it live before?
think
It was its own show.
It was its own show.
There's no way that many people, especially all those kids, came to a fucking ECW show. I don't believe it for 1 second.
Yeah, no, for real. At the time, it was
the first couple were.
Yeah, the first
Really?
couple were very like ECWS, so people still bought in. Like it was like, okay, we're still seeing old ECW people. We still believe like ECW might be back. There wasn't a lot of flat going because
there's only a few thousand people here. It wasn't like
there
a
was
crazy
3,000 though, but that sounds like a lot for this.
That's
shit.
not. I mean, it was a
looked
WWE.
decently
It was a
packed.
WWE product.
Yeah, that's
in
fair.
2006. So it's like they were still there and they could
The
sell
tickets
the
are probably
show.
cheap as fuck too.
The show was still getting almost 3s in ratings, so it's not like impossible to think that they could sell 3,000
That's fair.
tickets.
Yeah, I guess.
plus
so.
the
That's
ECW
crazy.
vibe was still there at that time because the one night stand just happened and people
Yeah,
were
they're
still
just
into
incredible.
Yeah, we're only he's like the master of ECW. Took the title right off Dreamer, you son of a bitch.
I kind of like the side. That's true. I like the side entrance thing though. I thought it looked cool.
Yeah, differentiated them.
It's a unique.
They didn't
thing.
have it
When
in the
did
games though, did they?
No.
They had the LED one, wasn't it? Didn't they have that one in the game, or did they not even have that one?
I don't even. No, they had that one eventually.
That one changed. When did they change to the LED thing with all the lights and stuff?
I feel like that's like still a few years away.
And then they changed to that new theme song too, like a few
Don't
years.
question my heart.
That's
That
like
one?
way later, right? That's like a couple.
What one are you
years
talking
off.
about?
Yeah, don't question my heart. That's the one I'm talking about.
That's later. Yeah, that's like John Morrison era.
Yeah, I wonder why they switched.
Because this isn't. Stop thinking about ECW. We're gonna keep the name and keep everything, but this isn't ECW.
Shut up, bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Paul, he cuts a "you people" promo. This is genuinely the most "you people" promo I've ever seen. He says "you people" at the start of every sentence.
says "you
please
people."
give
Yeah.
me heat. Yeah, I need heat, and I'm gonna do anything I can to get some heat.
Which is crazy because Paul Heyman promos are usually brolic, and
Yeah.
like he definitely was
He's
just
checked out.
riding. Yeah,
He's
he was
checked
just
out
riding here. Paulie says the fans need to blame themselves for RVD not being a champion anymore.
You people did this, Rob.
You people are the reason RVD isn't champion, or he is. Or you're the reason why
You
RVD
people
is
called the
suspended.
cops.
I suspended him. Yeah.
He said that he is a martyr, and just because there is no stigmata.
No stigmata. You, Paul, go out there and say you stigmata. I just found out this word, stigmata.
He wants you to say it. Say stigmata. Say stigmata. Sting matter.
There is no stigmata on his hands, and he said just because there is none doesn't mean that I'm not their savior. He said that he would lead everyone in ECW to the promised land. Well, maybe not.
He says, I will make decisions that'll benefit no man, no woman, no child, not even my own child. I'll make decisions that only benefit ECW.
Yeah, he was mad because the fans were making RVD wrestle all the time. But then if you watch the show, Big Show defends the title every week on ECW. The exact thing that he did.
Well, guess what, Tony? There's no stigmata on his hands.
Well, we didn't think about that.
Well, I didn't know that.
So Paul Heyman then walks backstage and he sees a couple people chilling back. So you see the FBI just hanging out back there.
The
doing
motherfuckers.
their thing.
Motherfucker.
Roadkill's hanging out. Stephen Richards.
Balls is back there.
Yeah, they're having a good time.
Stevie.
Just standing in the hallway. I don't know what they're doing, but they're just standing there.
It's like it really feels like when you're walking backstage during like a Road to WrestleMania thing.
Yeah, you're like, hey guys, we're like, go away.
Yeah.
It's off.
I'm on the phone.
Tommy Dreamer walks up in a little collar shirt and dress pants.
Little caller,
red?
Tommy Dreamer.
Calling these dress pants is even strong. This is his gear. He just has a red shirt on top of
for
it.
True City.
It's just a red button up.
Dude, Tommy Dreamer is pissed. He just learned right now in 2006 that Paul E is a piece of shit. He didn't know all this beforehand. He can't believe it.
Tommy
Paul,
says,
how could you do this to me?
Yeah, he said, I'm having a hard time with all this. I invented ECW.
He looked at his hands. How is there no stigmata on your hands? He's never known Paulie to be a piece of shit. This is crazy.
Mama, you have
Paul,
two
Paul
stigmatas?
you screwed everybody over, left ECW and came to WWE, but how could you do this?
I can't
This is
believe
so
this.
unlike you.
I'm going to put this on my blog. Heyman says, I owe you an explanation, but I just can't give it to you right now because you got a match next. And Tommy says, I got a match next. What the fuck? He's like,
Okay.
yeah, you better get on out there.
We also learned that Candice Michelle will be joining Kelly tonight in her expose.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
That's great news.
That's just Sabu's in action too. He's in action.
Sabu is also on that.
Yeah.
The Kelly expose.
Also,
Right in the middle.
they were booking one Extreme Rules match a show here, just so you guys know. That's how they ran this whole ECW thing.
And surprisingly enough, it's not the Sabu match.
It's not.
No, it is not actually.
It's not the Sabu match. In every match, they mention, oh yeah, by the way, this is not Extreme Rules.
They had to make sure that everybody knew this is not the ECW you used to watch.
Now I know this is ECW, but this is not Extreme. Sorry.
Every match, Joey Styles said that. Ooh, now remember now, this is not Extreme
Ooh,
Rules. Okay,
sorry.
dude.
We're sorry, Tazin.
So Tommy Dreamer has a match up next. Tommy comes out and he did not take the shirt off. Now listen, look here. Joey Styles on commentary is trying to convince me that Tommy Dreamer is out here in not his wrestling gear. This motherfucker, he's just wearing a red button-up over top of what he usually wrestles in. He's wearing you can see the white lettering on it. It's an ECW shirt.
At one point, you see the shirt.
You see the shirt. He's coming out here looking like fucking Tommy Vercetti in his fucking shirt.
They just thought of this on the fly and gave him this shirt from wardrobe.
Gotta go bowling with his cousin, bro. This dude's awesome.
Fucking Tommy Soprano over here.
Hey, it's Tommy Dreamer.
Dude, so he comes out in the dress clothes, putting on the wrist tape. He just found out of this match. Okay, well, guess what? I guess Tess was told like last week about this match.
Tess has been prepping for this for a year with how he looks.
Dude, Tess must just walk around in his wrestling gear all the time, which I guess also doesn't fucking surprise me because this guy is crazy.
Dude, Test comes out here looking he is dripping just juice.
Dude, he's huge.
He's yoked out of his mind.
He is bursting out of his chest. He has the grossest back I've ever seen.
What, that's not normal? It's not normal?
I love it.
He's got the fucking Triple H lat spread back there, bro, and he's like not flexing at all.
I love it.
Tess has got to be like 3% body fat here, man. It's unbelievable, actually.
I would have given this guy the belt immediately. Fuck Big Show. Give this dude the belt.
Yeah, but you saw him at TNA on Watch This, didn't you?
You guys have to watch the latest episode to watch this after listen to this if you haven't already, because it is jarring a year later how Tess looks. It's insane.
It's crazy.
Tess debuted last week for ECW and he kicked Al Snow's ass. When Joey Styles on commentary is trying to make it sound like, oh man, Al Snow's not a pushover. Bitch.
True, I guess.
and then Tess punted head into the crowd, and Joey Styles says, an unfortunate Philly crowd got head.
Dude, so Tess debuted last week. They're pushing this guy as the Punisher, right?
Tess the Punisher,
The Punisher, the Martin, the Andrew, right?
Not the Punisher.
Okay, well, either way, whether or not he's the Punisher, they want to push this guy, right?
Yes.
Right, they do, yes.
So he has to beat dress clothes Tommy Dreamer by using the ropes? What the fuck,
okay,
dude?
I'm glad you had the same problem that I did.
But Tommy Dreamer almost beat the shit out. Tommy Dreamer was coming back. He was going to win this thing.
Tommy Dreamer is in a red button-up shirt.
Test has known about this match for 3.5 weeks.
Test has been on cycle for 2 months preparing for this Dreamer match. He is so juicy. So the match starts. Test slaps Dreamer in the face twice. Dreamer clotheslines him over the top. They're brawling on the outside. This is just somehow back and forth.
It is
Tess
very
yells
back
at Tommy.
and forth.
Tess says, "You're nothing. You're a loser," and stops him in the corner. Puts him in a bear hug.
Big Test spot.
Shockingly enough, Dreamer rips off his red button-up shirt. He doesn't take it off entirely for some reason. He just splits it in half so you can see the ECW shirt underneath it. Fucking hell.
Dude, he rips his shirt off to the hard cam, but never turns around to show the other people, so no one pops on the hard cam side. Damn it, Tommy. You had one spot in this match, man.
So Test hits the full Nelson slam. He does the Test diving elbow drop. It was not enough to put Tommy Dreamer away.
No, he misses the elbow.
Oh, I thought he went for it. I thought he hit it. Okay, he misses
the elbow.
elbow.
How did he miss the patented Test elbow drop, man?
Dreamer goes for the Spicoli driver that he invented. Test reverses it. Rolls up Dreamer, desperation roll up, feet on the ropes, Test wins.
I literally just write down weird. I don't know what I just lied.
Feet on the ropes and hand on the ropes, like the biggest cheating that you could possibly do ever.
Cannot beat Tommy Dreamer, who has spent the last week blogging.
Blogging Tommy Dreamer, just found out about the match, just came from the bowling alley, stress, no sex.
Access to stress and more self-stress. God
no
damn.
less.
It looked like he just came from the bowling alley. Holy shit.
Dude, Test can't beat this fucking guy. Test is leaking juice all over. And then they show a shot of Tommy after Tommy's collar is popped. He's fucked. This is fucked up. Dude, no wonder why Paul wants out of this.
Your blog's canceled. Go to hell.
There's a sign in the crowd like shortly after this. I don't remember if it's like right away, but it says it's two signs. It says ECW is watered down.
He brought 2 signs for that?
Just for that.
Like him and his buddy had the sign. So one of them had the ECW one, and the other one says is watered down.
This was so jarring. This whole match.
I was very confused.
Yeah. You think that was Paul's decision? That couldn't have been a Paul decision.
No, that's a Vince.
There's no way this is a Paul decision.
Like,
you know what? Fuck it, man. I'm gonna start blaming Paul Heyman for this shit.
Yeah,
it could. Paul would have had Dreamer getting powerbombed out of. Paul would have booked. Dreamer loses after getting Test Dr. bombed over the top rope to the floor and dying. And that's what should have happened.
Test would have dived on top of him too.
Yeah, like it would have been.
Tommy would have caught him. Tommy would have caught him, and the crowd would just chant ECW, ECW.
That's exactly what would have happened.
Oh.
God damn it.
Oh, that's Test for you.
Yeah, it doesn't get any better for him either.
No, it's just rough, man.
He probably fucking beats Nunzio with a small package next week. God damn it.
So we go backstage. Candice Michelle is getting ready behind one of those room separators the WWE love to use.
Oh, yeah. What are those called?
I don't know. I just know them as room separators. They're like
closed screen.
Yeah. You know,
I just
the Austin Power spot.
Steve Blackman. The Steve Blackman. Yeah.
The
Steve
Blackman.
Blackman. Yeah.
So Candace and Kelly are backstage in the. I don't know, bro. Candace is extremely sexy.
Bless her.
God,
bro.
she is just wow.
God bless her.
Just unbelievable. Candace says she's gonna make tonight extreme. I say, yes, you are. Yes, you are.
When we go out and dance, I want to make this rather extreme. Kelly's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Kelly said, please carry me through
I'm
this.
like 12. I don't know what you're talking about.
Please carry me. I don't know what I'm doing up here. So we're still backstage. Shelly Martinez is reading tarot cards.
God bless.
I for some reason in my head, I remember liking Kevin Thorne, and I like the way this looks.
I did too.
I honestly thought Kevin Thorne could have worked.
So backstage, Shelly Martinez is reading tarot cards. Tarot cards, I guess is how you say it, not tarot. Tarot cards. She says
cards.
Tarot Elodie cards. She says the future holds blood.
Hey, that's me.
Yeah, that's crazy. Why did you? Actually, that could have been you. If he was wearing a bandana, Kevin Thorne could have been you.
Hold me, baby. Hold me.
So Kevin Thorne then comes in and grabs her by the neck and then spits blood at the camera.
Yeah, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? That's exactly what it sounded like.
There's no sound or anything. It's just
it's a hollow room, and he comes, he goes like fucking Daffy Duck.
Shelly, you heard his fade to black. You say, "Hey, yo, what the fuck?"
God.
Oh man! All right, well, it's time for the expose.
Kelly's expose with Candace Michelle.
What did this eventually turn into? This turned into this because they had
Extreme expose.
Tessmacher and Layla. Who was
Layla? Yeah, Layla, wow. Brooke, and Kelly. They're extreme expose, and then they're with the Miz.
Bro, Layla was unbelievably sexy.
How did they not just sign her just to stand around?
I don't know, man.
TV?
She was something else. True.
Dude,
all right.
Laycool was sick as fuck too. By the way, that was
good
sweet
gimmick.
Good gimmick. Yeah,
good gimmick. That's true.
Kelly's expose with Candace Michelle. If you've never seen one of these. They have a little stage of their own, actually. They have a bigger stage than the entranceway.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, you're right.
More budget goes into that.
Think of the Cody stage. That's exactly what this is.
You think the crowd was actually reacting?
Yeah, the every time they cut to the crowd, I saw 4 children, so I'm sure they were fired the fuck up about it.
Okay,
this shit's fucking weird, dude.
Dude, so I was thinking in my head, so they definitely had someone whistle and then they just played it over and over and over again on this part, right? There's no way that they were actually doing that during this, right?
Oh no, that was definitely in front of people because they show
No, I know it was in front of people, but do you think they had dudes whistling the whole way through?
Oh no, I think it might be a dub song is what's going on there.
Oh, the song has the whistles, you think?
No, I think it's a network dub, the original song that played on TV is not this song, so they don't want to license that song, so they dub it over and then they add
that makes more sense. Yeah.
Then they add a crowd soundtrack where they got whistling dudes in the back.
Yeah.
They're dancing. Well, Candace Michelle's dancing. Kelly is just trying to exist here.
Dude, Kelly, I'm gonna be real with you, bro. She really did. I don't know if she wanted to do this or she just never wanted to get good at it or whatever. Candace Michelle was dancing like a fiend up there, bro. Candace Michelle was going crazy.
She danced circles around her. Kelly is 19 years old here.
Yeah.
The rumor was Vince approached her with this. I think she said it or something, and then she's like, "I don't know how to dance. I've never danced in my life." And he's like, you just go out there. Let me show you.
You do some of this. You do some of this. Rikishi, come over here.
She's gotta dance. She's gotta dance.
Kishi, no, Kishi.
There you go, Kishi. Just do that.
Yeah, Kelly was lost here. She's 19. This is fucked up. This feels like corruption.
Never danced a day in her life.
Let's get Kelly off the stage. Bam, not factor. Let's get Candace Michelle up here to do the thing. Cause she's actually pretty talented at this. So shouts out to Candace Michelle.
Yeah, I think they knew that Kelly wasn't a good dancer, so they said, "Candace, go out there."
Yeah,
well,
Candace
that went on for I feel 2.5 minutes.
Went a while.
Just dancing. Yeah. And then Mike Knox comes out, who is Kelly's boyfriend. And Mike Knox, shout out to Knox, by the way. Shout
True,
out to
that's real talk.
And the stilts. Kelly would have been great in the menagerie, actually.
Yeah, she would have.
Comes out and covers Kelly with a towel. And everyone boos.
Joey Styles is disgusted. Oh, this fucking motherfucker.
And I wish he would have succeeded.
I never heard a man more disgusted in my life. This bitch.
Die. die, clown.
Taz was saying something on commentary like, I can't, man, I really wish you would have, I mean,
Fuck
I
you.
don't know, man.
Fuck you, Mike. Fuck you. Hey, fuck you, Mike.
Hey. Taz is like genuinely like, Taz and Joey Styles are like, what the fuck?
Yo, I'm beating off over you, bro. Yo, I got my cock out, brother. What the fuck?
Brother, I saw a tit.
Yo, I had the red hook on, brother.
That's what he calls his dick, the red hook.
So Mike Knox covers up 19-year-old Kelly Kelly with a towel. Everyone boos. And then to save the day, here comes the Sandman with his cane. All bits of 43 years old.
I love the Sandman. He is awesome.
43-year-old Sandman coming out because he wants to see some 19-year-old titties, and he will not stand for this
You
shit.
damn right,
Yeah, get him,
Sandman
brother.
did.
Sandman is so pissed. He's so mad.
Sandman with Sandman tattoo.
Sandman comes in with a Singapore cane, looks at Mike Knox, gives him the slowest thumbs down I've ever seen. He takes like 15 seconds, man.
Was that something they were trying to turn into a gimmick? Because he does thumbs up, thumbs down, and he also does it later, like at the end of the segment too.
That was definitely his thing. A thumbs up, thumbs down kind of. That was what he did.
Good gimmick.
So Sandman hits Knox with the cane, knocks him off the stage, all the way
Through
to
the back of the stage. The back of the stage through it.
Disappears.
And then he takes a beer out, fucking gigs himself with the beer. And
He's bleeding all over the stage. This
Thumbs
19-year-old
down.
just dancing on.
Oh no,
thumbs down.
he's about to knock him off the stage, but then he like stops and then grabs the beer out of his pocket and then knocks him off the stage.
he's like, I gotta do my gimmick too, bro.
Sandman. They show Sandman thumbs down, snarling, bleeding, and the next thing you see immediately after that is a front row shot of 3 children.
Woo, Sandman!
In SmackDown t-shirts.
He came through the entranceway. He's already fucking gushing blood from his head. I don't know how that even
That
happened.
dude rules. Sandman's
Fuck
a
you,
different
Knox.
beast. By the
Fuck you,
way,
brother.
Sandman in fantastic shape. Maybe the best shape I've ever seen this dude in.
Looking great. Yeah.
He really took this WWE run like really serious. Like
Yeah.
actually took it pretty serious.
Good for him.
And they gave him shit. They gave him the thumb thing. So
I heard like people like I think Colt told this on his podcast, Wrestling Anonymous, recently. Like there was he saw like he was doing extra work during ECW at that time, and people always thought it was funny because they saw Sandman like he was getting paid, so he's wearing like nice shirts and slacks like backstage.
Nice.
Yeah, it was like
Sick.
crazy.
That reminds me of when he was doing the gimmick with Raven and shit, where Raven was in WCW, where Raven
That's not
was
canon. That's not canon. We don't talk about that.
Damn
it's
it.
not canon. I don't want to
What
talk
a
about that. Dude, that whole I could cry about that for hours. That shit bothers me so much.
We have a CM Punk pre-tape where CM Punk says these tattoos aren't decorations, they're declarations.
I could have turned it off there. He said, people come up to me and say I have nice ink. And he said, the line you just said, decorations, these aren't decorations, they're declarations. He says, drug-free, honor. He's just showing his tattoos. But he doesn't show the other ones. Like, how about like your Pepsi one? Like, I love Pepsi.
Yeah, Pepsi.
What about
I like soda.
Cobra Commander? What does that one stand for?
Dude, so I mean, to be fair, the gimmick idea actually here is pretty good if it stayed original ECW. Because everyone there is doing drugs and drinking, and this guy's not.
He
But-
should have been a heel off the rip. There's no reason why he wasn't a heel off the rip.
Yeah. Well, the show changed.
Yes.
The show changed, so he had to change. So
Yes.
that's
I
kind of
remember
what happened.
he got another promo like a couple weeks before, maybe it was a week before or something. He said, "My addiction is competition."
Yes, that was his
he
whole
actually
thing.
he
Yeah.
does like 6 weeks of I swear it was a long time.
Dude, they do. They have him do like 6 weeks of these promos.
I'm skipping ahead just a little bit because they're also at the same time running Shannon Moore promos where he's not saying anything.
Yeah.
And then eventually they show a Shannon Moore promo, like this is weeks later, and Punk just walks up and smacks him.
Shannon Moore starts his promo. So these tattoos aren't decorations; they're declarations. It's the Punk says, "What the fuck?"
He says, I love Pepsi and the Cobra Commander.
Look at this one here.
This was just disappointing, honestly. I just thought, like, knowing Punk, like, this is like someone, not that, it just fucking was weird, man.
I love Muay Thai.
Yeah. Also, just before that, they showed a tail of tape of Flair and Big Show, and like all the text is shaking, and it's like Tony Hawk font, like special font.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, it's like Tony Hawk special font.
It popped up and it surprised like Taz and Joey. I was like, "Oh, whoa, cool! Look at this!
I was gonna kill you.
Whoa, look at this! 500 pounds."
I didn't even realize Big Show's is Big Show actually the first guy to ever hold the WWE, WCW, and ECW titles? Is that for true? I'm trying to think of who else it could have been. Like, Austin didn't have WCW title. Maybe it is true, actually.
We had Sabu versus Just Incredible.
Sabu against local wrestler.
We talked about this a little before. So, like, Just Incredible and ECW, and I don't know, maybe Paul Lee just, like, he just really, really liked Just Incredible. Or Just Incredible had a lot of blackmail on Paul Lee or something. But in WWE, that was not the fucking case. I don't feel like if you only ever saw Just Incredible in WWE, you would never imagine that he was ECW champion, like taking the title straight off a Dreamer type shit. Like,
he was the third in X-Pac stable.
Like that's crazy. Like if you watch just WWE, fuck it, man. Like,
dude, in ECW, Just Incredible, like near the end, like the top 4 guys were probably him, Sandman, Carino, and like probably Dreamer,
Rhino.
Right? I mean, Rhino, Rhino wins the belt like around then, but yeah, like Just Incredible had multiple title reigns. He's got like a posse with him. He's main eventing fucking pay-per-views. Like Just Incredible. Like, listen, you say what you want like about, you know, his work or whatever, but like in ECW, he was a big deal. So
dude, wasn't he on the last ECW pay-per-view, Guilty as Charged? He was like on there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's him and Sandman in that main, and then Rhino comes out.
It was like the 3-way match or whatever, right?
Yeah, Sandman wins the title from him, and then Rhino comes out and says, "Hey, I'm gonna fucking fight you," and Sandman says, "Okay," and then they beat him out.
That was like dude. He was a big fucking deal.
But so like
definitely not
Sabu here. They're making Sabu a big deal, but Just Incredible is like this could have been anybody here. They could have put Stevie in the spot.
He just comes out to nothing. He just comes out. No one really knows what's going on. They never tried to build him up or anything.
Did you like his shirt? It says, "I'm not crazy. I just do bad things when I don't got my meds."
Yeah, he got that from Walmart like 15 minutes ago.
That's what I said. That or Hot Topic.
Said exactly the same thing. Yeah.
So Just Incredible, I love that name. It's so fucking silly.
Insane.
So Just Incredible goes to grab a table, and this is where Joey Styles says, "Wait a minute, this is not an Extreme Rules match." Dude, all right. So Sabu on the Saturday night's main event has an Extreme Rules match. So why the fuck did he face Just Incredible in a not Extreme Rules match before the Extreme Rules match?
How extreme he is. He doesn't care what the rules are.
Yeah, he doesn't give a shit about the rules. He's a crazy man. He's going to do it.
He doesn't care about the law either. Stop breaking the law, asshole!
So Sabu hits tope on Just Incredible, comes back in, it's a flipping leg drop, gets a 2. Sabu does a leg drop to Just Incredible through the table on the outside, and guess what? This is not an Extreme Rules match. So when he sends Just Incredible through the table, he gets DQ'd. Now listen to this. Sabu gets DQ'd. Just Incredible wins the match. Sabu's music plays. What is going on?
The crowd shits on it right away too.
Yeah, fucking dude. The table was already broken as well.
Dude, it was real fucked before they brought it out. Like the bottom part that wraps around it was like all falling off. There's like duct tape on it before they even got it. I don't even know where this table came from.
Yeah, Sabu when he set him up on the table was like he was setting him up so he wouldn't go on the table, but Justin like climbed on it. I was like, oh my god, it's gonna break.
Sabu got DQ'd for that and won or something.
His music hit. Yo, like
maybe it was a reverse. Maybe it was reverse Extreme Rules matches. The first person to do something extreme wins.
They really just hated Just Incredible.
No, they don't give a shit. They don't give a shit about him. They don't care.
That's
fuck
crazy.
You, PJ Polanco, you bitch. Mantar, you bitch.
Aldo Montoya.
Not Mantar. He's wants a Mantar. Fuck you, Mantar. Anyway, you bitch.
Fuck you, Mantar. You can go to hell.
We have a Balls Mahoney pre-tape.
This might be worse than the fucking CM Punk one.
Balls said, "You might laugh at my name, but that's fine because I also laugh at my name."
My name is Balls. That's for true.
Yeah.
He says, "I give balls to the wall and balls to the ring." Okay.
And then he sniffs his balls and go, "I do this too."
He takes his balls out.
And then Pyro goes, "My gimmick."
He takes his balls out and he says, "Now that's balls."
I'm pretty sure if this lasted any more than like 4 weeks, that's what it would have led to.
That was awesome.
So we get a Ric Flair pre-tape promo.
That's so weird. Just Paul's Mahoney promo right into
Ric Flair. Right into Ric Flair.
It's so weird.
It's funny. I don't remember Rick doing a lot of these type of promos in WWE. So I thought this was really cool.
It's also weird that he starts the promo with, "For those of you who don't know who I am, who the fuck does not know who you are?"
Fuck, dude, I don't know. I was like, there's no way. There's no way. Shane Douglas' entire career was saying fuck Ric Flair. They had to at least hear it by fucking proxy.
It's like maybe the kids in the crowd didn't know, but even then, he's on Raw like every week.
In one of like the most popular stables with two of the most popular wrestlers. I'm pretty sure Randy Orton's like the world champion or something.
I like to introduce myself. I'm Ric Flair.
Woo! Yeah, he's dude. For those of you who don't know who I am, the crowd just goes woo.
If you don't know me, I'm about to win my 17th world title. Okay. So Ric Flair puts over Big Show and also randomly Mick Foley, you fucking bum bitch. Fuck you. Fuck you, Mick Foley. You whining and crying. Grow something down there. You saw those balls in the last promo? Grow some balls.
You ain't got none of those. Flair, it's just actually really good. This reminded me of WCW Flair. Like legitimately.
I thought the same. It was the same kind of fire. Like, which, you know what probably was? They probably said, Flair, go cut a promo. And he just did it. Like, they probably didn't say, hey, go cut a promo on your match.
Do you know what's even more crazy about this? Is that out of all the ECW I've seen, like WWE ECW stuff I've seen, Flair is the most ECW thing about this show.
That's unbelievable.
That's crazy. That's insane.
True. He says, as for you, Big Show, I knew when you started, big man with all the tools, look where you are now. You're the heavyweight champ at ECW. Like he wanted to bury it. Because after that, he says, the ECW title, something I never had, something I never wanted, until now.
Also, fuck you, Mick. All right, just get a clue.
He said, if you make a mistake, I'm going to eat you alive.
They were building for Foley and Rick, right? Because wasn't it like a real life
TNA? Like 4 or 5 years from now.
No, not that. They had a SummerSlam match this year, I think. Yeah. They had like an I Quit match or something.
So Shannon Moore is coming.
It was like
looks in the camera.
I thought it was David Flair's music for a minute. Who could this be?
He's got a big mohawk. He's got his face painted. He looks like a member of the Oddities, actually.
He pans up from the floor to Shannon Moore's face. Hey, how's it going? Dude, what was okay? So I'm not even kidding. I don't remember this at all. I remember Shannon Moore doing this in TNA with the Book of Dillygaff, but I don't. But I don't remember.
I remember this, yeah. But again, I remember mainly because it leads to Punk slapping him in the face and ruining his everything.
Okay, so I didn't know if he did this for a long time in WWE or not.
I feel like it's only a few weeks because I think I genuinely think it leads to him and Punk.
And then he's not even like around anymore after that. I don't think, right?
No, he probably gets fired.
Yeah, I think that's actually what happened. Yeah.
Let me look. I'll take a look. But
just take a look because I remember him doing this in TNA. They had him do a singles thing for a little bit. Then they did Ink, and of course that led to Anarchia. Hey, where's the tequila?
So, July 2006, Moore began appearing on ECW, making appearances with vignettes, calling himself the Reject. His in-ring debut was a loss to CM Punk. A week before, Punk had confronted him and called him a poser and slapped him. After one more loss to Punk, Moore only made sporadic appearances through the rest of 06 and 07. And then he goes to SmackDown. And is just in the cruiserweight division.
Wow, I don't think
they dropped the whole gimmick. He didn't have the same look or anything, right?
Yeah, because he eventually starts teaming with like Jimmy Yang.
Wow.
Yeah, he gets released in August of 2008.
So does he go? When does he go to TNA?
He goes to TNA in 2010, actually. Oh, on the live episode of Impact, January 4th.
Wow, is that his debut?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But he was in TNA just before that too. He joined TNA in December of 05, and he was the Prince of Punk.
The Prince of Punk.
Yeah, and then he goes to ECW, and they say, "You're from TNA. We're gonna fuck you. We're gonna fuck you so nice."
Do you remember that? He had the book.
He had a book. It said Dillygaff on it. You remember?
Did you look like I give a?
Yeah, I was gonna say, for those that don't know, Dillygaff is "Do I look like I give a fuck?" And that was very 2000 and whatever the fuck that was. Yeah.
Ink. These were affliction charts.
God. Yeah.
Main event of the show: Big Show versus Ric Flair in an Extreme Rules match for the ECW Championship. This is fucking cursed, dude. I look at this at the beginning as they're panning out for this shot. Big Show versus Ric Flair. There's an ECW logo on the canvas. Justin Roberts is announcing this match. I don't know where I'm at. This is insane. Yeah. Mike Posey holds the belt up upside down. I don't know what's going on.
Dude, it is crazy.
Ric Flair's nameplate is my sub notification. It's real weird.
Dude, and they say at one point, I think it's like early on, they're like 10 years ago they fought for the WCW championship.
Oh my God.
Wow, they actually brought that up too. That's crazy.
That's wild.
Surprising. Yeah,
that was the giant dumbass.
Yeah, the giant dumbass.
So, Ric Flair tries to tie up with Big Show in the beginning. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Big Show headbutts Ric Flair a few times, and he's already busted open. We haven't even hit the commercial yet.
It's what the fuck happened? Like, Flair said, I'm going to get color early. Fuck it.
That's awesome. Yeah. He pleads the entire 15 minutes.
I feel like the very beginning of the match, they were like not sure what to do because they didn't know when the commercial was going to hit. So they're just like kind of going at each other. Show's like bullying him in the corner. He chops him. He sells a Flair eye rake and just starts beating his ass. Like,
there was a lot of that in this one where they were just kind of fired up going at each other. It actually made
Flair's
it a lot more
like audibly calling the match throughout it, if you guys notice that.
Flair also, yeah, you're right. Yeah. At the end, he definitely calls for the finish. Like, after the finish, he calls for
I can't fucking see anymore, buddy.
Yeah. He takes a huge press slam onto his hip, of course.
That bump always scares me. But it's cool. If it's cool with him, it's cool with him.
I get it. I mean, but still, yeah.
Dude, Joey Styles, when Flair starts bleeding, says for Big Show, he's like an extreme shark that smells blood.
Oh, no.
So why did you say?
Not a different kind of shark.
He's an extreme shark? That's awesome.
The extreme sharks, unlike regular sharks that don't after
smell blood. Yeah, of course. Only the most extreme.
Only the most extreme. Dude, at one point, after Flair is busted open, he's in the corner and he just blatantly bleeds.
That's awesome, dude. ECW.
I'll show you, Mick.
So Flair flops out of the corner after a few chops and a headbutt. He's fucking, the ring is just red at this point. Okay, Big Show does a vertical suplex. Why do I never recall him doing
I don't know.
This?
I feel like it was they legit didn't know what to do, and Flair said suplex.
Flair said suplex.
Yeah,
Big Show said
suplexes.
Okay.
Yeah,
sure.
Big Show beeled him into the center of the ring at one point too. It was like just throwing this fucking guy.
That's what Big Show was doing at this point. He was just tossing dudes.
I think Flair gets a little confused here, and Big Show has to save him because Flair is like, fuck this. And he goes outside and grabs a trash can full of weapons that he definitely doesn't get for like 5 more minutes after this. Big Show has to come out and
stop him. We got some more stuff.
Yeah.
Big Show at one point walks over to the crowd, like on the ropes. I guess people were heckling him. And he goes, but I'm rich. Kiss my ass and shut up.
Yeah, he did that a lot during this run.
That's
also,
sweet.
Bloody Ric Flair standing in the ring with Big Show just starts doing the violence party.
That was awesome. He was fired up,
shit.
bro.
I was like, that was sick.
2006 Flair violence party. That's sick, man.
And he just takes a headbutt.
Of course he does. Big Show does that like 100 times. So you are going to bleed now.
Yeah. And then Flair will not stop hitting Big Show in the balls.
This was too brolic. I love this. Yeah, me too. He straight up low blows him, then does it again, and the Big Show pushes him off and says, stop hitting me in the nuts, and then he goes, I'm going to kick you in the nuts.
He kicks him in the balls, and Big Show's like, oh my God, my fucking nuts. And he like leans his head on the top turnbuckle, and Flair sizes up, runs forward, and kicks him in the balls from behind.
Joey Styles says, oh my God.
He calls it the most blatant low blow in wrestling history, which is fairly accurate.
Yeah, it is actually.
Flair gets the barbed wire bat out that he got about 10 minutes ago. And starts going to town on Big Show. Dude, it was incredible.
Again, in ECW ring, Ric Flair is holding a barbed wire bat, doing the barbed wire grading spot on Big Show's head.
Just insanity.
What the fuck? He hits him in the head with it, and then in the stomach, too.
What led to this? Do we know?
It honestly must have been the Foley thing.
It is the Foley thing, yeah. That's
Flair
why
just wanted to like prove, hey,
Flair said,
I can do what you can do, but you can't do what I can do.
That's exactly what it is.
Okay.
Yes.
So Big Show is now busted open after the barbed wire bat thing. Yeah, not as bad as Flair. Flair is a mess. Flair hits him in the head with a garbage can, and then he hits him in the head again. Big Show is still standing.
It bends this garbage can in like half.
Yeah.
They're really going. Like, this is actually like really good so far.
Yeah.
Flair then hits Big Show in the stomach with a chair.
Just full on swing to the chest.
Right in the stomach. Yeah. And then he hits him in the back, and then Show finally falls down. They sell us on commentary like he just knocked down like the biggest man in the world. I thought that was dope. That was really cool.
And yeah, it was really good.
Big Show's laying on the ground, and he's leaking.
Yeah, he is at this point. Big Show kicks out at 2. And then the way he kicks out, he throws Flair into the ropes.
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Now, then Flair brings out the bag of tacks. And I was like, holy
Flair
shit,
does this.
I just saw Ric Flair bring out a bag of tacks.
Yes.
How sick is that?
Not only is it a bag of tacks, but somebody must either, like, someone went crazy backstage and said, we're going to rib him. This is like 2 pounds of tacks. Like, he pours them out in one spot, and he has so many left that he douses another whole spot of the ring.
I love it because it's so obvious that he's like barely ever done this. So like,
he did not.
He just sort of like, just spreads them all in one spot. And he's like, oh shit, there's more. So Flair brains Big Show with the chair.
Oh my god!
Then he does it again, and he's right in front of the tacks, and Show's like, ooh,
ski-whoa.
Then a third chair shot, and Show falls into the tacks.
Yeah, ass awesome. First, ass and back.
There's a woman in the crowd. She's like, damn, this is pretty good, huh, guys?
Yeah, she's wearing an ECW shirt too.
She's really into this. So Show gets back up, and then he choke slams Ric Flair, and then he hits the money clip backbreaker.
No,
Ric Flair got clipped.
No, it is the Cobra Clutch.
Clipped.
It is the Cobra Clutch backbreaker.
I think they called it Cobra Clutch.
No
money clipped.
It is not the clip. No money clips here.
Dude, Show then invents the money clip throw. He money clip throws him into the tacks sideways.
So he does the Cobra Clutch backbreaker into the Cobra Clutch. Flair is just fucking bleeding. Flair, the referee says, all right, you're done. He passes out. Big Show stands up over Ric Flair, and it's the camera is shooting Flair, and you can see Flair looking up and saying, "Hey, big man, do the throw."
Yeah. Okay.
He picks him up and just puts him in the clutch and just shit cans him into the tacks. Not like back first. Like Flair could have blew out both of his knees. How he got whipped.
His stomach was
he got tacks in his knees too.
Yeah.
In his knees and his hands. I was like, oh my god.
He was stomach first, like face down on the tacks.
I love that move. I wish somebody would steal that. The Cobra Clutch throw.
Yeah.
Dude, that was
so
awesome. Good.
Okada.
No.
Because he does
not
that move.
Okada. No. Give it to Omos or something like that. Let that fucker do it. That'd be awesome.
How about the money clip? That's awesome.
No, not the money clip. He didn't do the money
So
clip.
Ric Flair gets clipped live on ECW to end an Extreme Rules match.
How small does this belt look in Big Show's hands?
I love that. I love that it looks like a little baby belt to him.
Well, it's a fake title anyway. Rhino's
got the real one. Yeah, well, I guess he did have the real one. I don't really know what happened. Dude, my favorite thing here is he throws him into the tacks. Ric Flair hits belly first. He's laying in these tacks. There's blood everywhere. And you just hear, well, that's true.
The refs and the doctors come out to help Flair out of the ring. They zoom in on one thumbtack in the back of his head instead of zooming in on his blood-soaked face. Come on, dude. Flair's leaving. He's trying to leave, but he sits down on the stairs like he's gonna fucking pass out from how much blood he's lost. It was awesome.
Flair is
he's so smart,
fucking good at wrestling.
Great.
Yeah, he
man,
is.
the way that he sold this afterwards, and I know that's a real hot take, but
sure.
The way that Flair sold this after the match made me go, holy shit. Like wow. He legit looked like he was going to die right there.
Yes. And it gives credence to how fucking just powerful and deadly Big Show is because he almost killed the fucking dude. He barely escaped. He barely got out of the match. And then it's just more fuel to the fire for the fucking Foley feud because Flair, for all intents and purposes, did not have to do this fucking match for the Foley feud.
Hell
he
no,
could have
he did
easily
not.
done not this. Like, this is just Ric Flair said, all right, I'll do it. Like, what
especially
the fuck?
when especially when he's calling the spots, hey, throw me in the tags, like fuck.
Yeah, pick me up after I lost and put me in these fucking tags. I need to take these tags. The show ends with Ric Flair legit being helped by like 3 people to the back. Like, that's what the show ends on. It's awesome.
I loved the main. I loved it a lot. Like, that was
a
genuinely great
really
match.
good.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
100%.
I honestly liked Big Show's whole run as champion. I thought it was pretty good, honestly.
It was just the wrong time.
I actually don't know much about it. I know about this match, but I don't know much about his reign
He has a match
this.
with Batista at one point that gets shit on by the fans.
Wow.
I think that one's
the
in
Change
Philly.
the Channel match.
Yeah, and then Taz goes, why would you change from sci-fi? We love sci-fi.
We love sci-fi, yeah. Yeah, they chant it. It's like,
is that on a pay-per-view?
No, it's on a weekly
ECW
show.
Wow.
Big Show was just defending the title every week, and he was on
It's
like
in
these
Hammerstein,
banger
though.
matches. Yeah.
Oh, well, that was their fault.
They do
for that
Batista
one.
Big Show for the title in Hammerstein, and the
That was their
crowd just
fault.
eats it alive. It's unreal. We should
Wow.
watch that for Watch This, actually.
Dude,
Okay,
it's
yeah, that'd be
really
fun.
it's Batista on ECW.
Yeah,
what the
yeah.
fuck is it? What were they thinking?
And I think Big Show holds the title until December to December, right?
That's when he loses it, right? To
Yeah.
Lash.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So this is he won it July 4th. He holds it till December.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
they tried, but no one wanted to accept that. If this was a Big Show run that he did like on Raw or something, it probably would have been sweet. Like with Heyman.
When does Vince with the do-rag win?
Oh, that's a good question. Hold on, let me find out.
Yeah, let me know.
Let me see. Who does he beats Lashley for that, right? I think that's a pay-per-view. It's Backlash 07.
Oh, okay.
Wait,
So it's not even
what?
ECW show.
No, but doesn't Lashley wins in December? Isn't Backlash like February?
Backlash.
Lashley wins it December 3rd. Vince wins it April 29th. So it's not that long.
Oh,
But then
okay.
Lashley wins it back like a week later at
No,
ECW.
wow. What about Vince with the do-rag?
Sorry, yeah. And then it gets vacated because Lashley goes to Raw, and then John Morrison wins it from in a match with Punk that was supposed to be the match with Benoit.
Why do they even keep the show fucking going?
I don't know. Well, I guess there was still money in the like they're probably
Maybe
selling
they had
ECW
obligation.
merch.
They probably.
Yeah,
I
maybe.
don't think it was merch. I think it was obligations to Sci-Fi probably.
What were you gonna say, Tony? You were looking at the
The fucking title history for Big Show. So he fights. He beats Rob Van Dam. Then he does some
Okay.
like house show stuff with Sabu. Then he beats Ric Flair. The next week is The Undertaker versus The Big Show
on ECW.
on ECW. Then
Oh
the
my
following
god,
week,
I do remember that.
the following week is The Big Show versus Kane, and then it's Batista versus The Big Show,
Oh my god.
When does Viscera
then-
come into this?
and then
Dude,
Sabu is the next one that gets the title shot after that.
Honestly, if you listen to it like that, if I'm telling you, dude, if that title reign wasn't on ECW, people would remember it. But like, look at all the dudes he beat weekly.
Ric Flair,
he beat,
Yeah.
The
he
Undertaker.
beat Flair, Taker, Kane, and Batista in a month.
Well, dude, honestly, when you say it out loud like that, you know that was probably supposed to be Rob.
I
Because
don't know.
I don't
Rob
know
was,
about that.
Dude, Rob was doing the same thing. He was just facing guys from Raw during
You
his
think
reign with the
Undertaker was
title.
coming to ECW to beat him to lose? No way.
Well, they went to the Undertaker
Not like
match went
Big
to a
Show
no
was in a good
contest.
place either. It's not like
Yeah,
Big Show
but-
was in a good place either.
But Big Show, I just feel like Big
He had
Show's
two
just.
championships, bro. He was the
But
WWE
look-
champion and the ECW champion.
But they revive and bring him back and then kill him every fucking year. So I don't think that was out of place for them to do that with a Big Show.
But I mean, he it sounds like he just took the gimmick of he would face
It
guys.
could've-
Oh,
yeah,
right,
I
yeah.
think you're right. I don't know. It would have been the caliber of that, but they would have had Rob. Like, they probably would have had him Edge beat him, or they
There's
would have had Rob beat Edge.
did any of those finish clean, Tony?
The Undertaker was a no contest. He defeated Kane clean.
You don't think
Batista-
Rob could beat Kane?
He's probably beat Kane before.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Taker one is really and Taker and Batista. I don't know.
Did either of those end in a clean finish?
Batista ended in a DQ, so
Okay.
No contest, DQ.
Yeah, but
I
Rob's the
definitely
face.
think-
I don't know if that would have ended the same.
I mean, they definitely changed it up a little bit, but I definitely think
Yeah.
they could have ran those if they
Maybe
were
right.
dead
Yeah,
set
maybe
on
right.
not doing any.
I mean, also now that you mention
God,
it,
that
James,
would've
they
been so-
probably
I mean,
They
if you think about it, that
probably-
would have been awesome.
they probably threw these guys on there to help people watch sci-fi. You know, sci-fi's probably like, we need a couple big
that's
names.
absolutely the Papa rating. Yeah.
So now, like,
Yeah.
putting Rob
I
in there,
agree.
they're probably like Rob and Ric Flair in an Extreme Rules match. would be
Holy
crazy.
shit! How fucked would that have been? Yeah, that would have been nuts.
Oh my god.
Flair
yeah.
takes one kick to the head. He's fucking bleeding the hard way.
Dude, Rob and Taker on ECWs would have been awesome.
That would
Yeah,
have
that
been
would have been pretty
insane.
interesting.
They definitely had matches, right? Like when he was Big Evil.
Yeah, I'm
yes,
sure.
during that era. Yeah,
For the
yeah.
hardcore
yeah.
title, didn't they?
Damn,
They did,
dude,
yeah.
Big Evil Taker as ECW champion would have been
That would have been
Whoa.
pretty sweet. That would have been pretty
wow,
sweet.
that would have been awesome with the belt around his neck. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
that would have been pretty
Oh
sweet.
man, now I'm just sad. I'm sad.
Yeah, let's
Oh,
run it back, man. Let's
Yeah, let's bring back ECW.
yeah. I think it's time.
All right, I'm ready.
Also, there was a 2-on-1 handicap match. D-Generation X defeated the Big Show via DQ.
for the
on
ECW title.
on ECW. Yes.
Oh my
They share it
God.
now. Yeah,
Yeah, I could have seen them doing that.
yeah. I probably could.
They would have
too.
done parody. They would have given it to Hornswoggle.
Yeah, absolutely. Shit on it. Just-
Yeah, just fucking yeah. Candice Michelle would win it too. What the fuck? Actually, it actually does surprise me because I could have totally seen them just turning the ECW title back into the hardcore title.
yeah, I'm
But they
surprised
just
that they
don't.
just cold cocked it. Yeah, whatever. Fuck it.
Yeah, this is a very, very WWE ECW episode though.
Yes, and you can very much tell that Paulie is ready to leave already.
He's gone. Yeah, but he sticks around until December, right? Which is
until he's done.
Still, still.
That was the last show, right? December to December, and he's like, "Fuck this company."
I think he like quits that night. Yeah, he cries and quits.
Yeah, I'm out of here. That was WWE ECW for July 11th, 2006.